In this video, I'm going to show how we're going to import some data from Dataverse into Power BI. Before we do that, we are going to make some relationships in Dataverse itself first, so that it will make our jobs easier when we need to have relationships between tables in Power BI. So here I am in my Power Apps, my Dataverse. So I can click on relationships, and in this program, I have two tables that I need: trainers and skill sets. So to create a relationship, I click on new relationship, and I want it to be many to many. So then I'm in the skill set table, so I will choose my trainer table, which is here. So click on trainer table. You can rename it if you like, and then you click done, and then there will be a relationship created as well as a new table which looks like this. So you can see here, Singapore trainer to skill sets, and the table, this new table name is as follows. So once we have this relationship, we can go to our Power BI desktop. So in order to use Dataverse with Power BI, we need to use Power BI desktop. So in Power BI desktop, I can click on get data, and we can search for Dataverse. Click on Dataverse, click connect. From here, you can select the appropriate environment that you have the tables in, and then look for the table. So for me, it's called CRC90 skill set, CRC90 trainer, and then the CRC90 trainers skill set table. So I check all of them, and then I click load. For this, I'll be using import because direct query will not be available for the queries that I'll be using. So just let it load. Okay, once it's finished loading, you should see your data appear on the right side here. So I have my three tables here. Okay, so before we click on any of the rows here, we need to make sure that the relationships are correct. So I can click on this button to go to the model view, and I can see my relationship here. So actually, I don't need this relationship down here, so I can go ahead and delete it. And if you see here, there is this dotted line. This is because the relationship is not active, so I can turn it on, apply changes, and this should complete the many to many relationship. So now I can go back to my report view, and if I add a table and expand it, and if I go to trainers, click on name, and then if I go to skill sets and click on name as well, once the data is retrieved, we should be able to see all the trainers and the skill sets. Okay, there we go. So we see the trainers and the skill sets, but now another issue is that there are multiple repeats of the trainers and the different skill sets. So we need to find a way to compile these together. How do we do that? We need to do that by transforming the data in the queries. So we'll uncheck these two tables first. Okay, so you can click on transform data, and the table that we will be working on is the link table, which is this one. So I have my skill set ID as well as my trainer ID to work on, and you can see here the skill set and the trainer. We need to select this and select just the name, so CRC90 name, and select columns crc90 name. Okay, so we have the values here. Next, what we're going to do is to use group by to group all the columns with the same trainer name together. So make sure you have the correct column, and then I'll name the skill sets, and this one we select all rows. So new column name skill sets. So this should leave us with a new table with just the trainer name and the skill set table. And then from here, what we want to do is to retrieve a list of skill sets from this table here. So we can go to add column, custom column, and then in this column I'll name it all skill sets. And then for the query, I'll use this query called table.column. And in this table column, the first parameter that we need is the aggregate column, which will be the skill sets that we have created just now, the skill sets column. So just click on this and then click insert. And then next, we need the column name that we had from our original skill set column, which was crc 90 underscore skill set dot crc underscore name, and then you can click OK. Okay, enter, and then now there's a list here. So you can see each of the users has a list of these different skill sets, and then we can go further by displaying it by using extract values, and we can use a comma for concatenating values, and click OK. And we should see here the values have shown. Okay, and if you want, you can delete this table, which I will leave here first, and we can save and close this. Clicking on home, close and apply. And then just let it load. And we should have the new data by clicking on this table here and clicking the name and the skill sets, and you can see all the skill sets and the names are compiled. And if you want to rename this column, you can do it here, rename trainer name. This is my final table here. I have a trainer name and all skill sets in my Power BI.